Good morning everyone. Today we are going to start with our first chapter of mathematics, that is integers. Before starting the main concept, we would like to discuss about the basic concepts which you people have already discussed in your last classes. First of all, I am going to discuss about numbers. What actually the numbers are. All the mathematical objects which are used to count, measure and label means that the things which you can actually count, label and numbers, measurable things are known as numbers. Say for example 2, 3, 4, 5, all these numbers are used to measure. These are known as what? The numbers. Now we are going to start with types of numbers. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about 3 types of numbers: natural numbers, whole numbers and integers. Counting numbers are known as natural numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. These numbers are known as what? The natural numbers. Proceeding towards the next, that is the whole numbers. Natural numbers together with 0 is known as whole number. It means when we are going to start our counting not from 1 but instead 0. 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. These numbers are known as whole numbers. Now comes our main important topic, that are integers. We have discussed about 0, positive numbers. But when we include among them the negative numbers also, all these numbers, that is negative numbers, positive numbers and 0, together they are known as integers. Next topic for the integers are the rules for integers. We have different rules for addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. First of all, we are going to discuss about the rules for addition. When we have same signs and when we have different signs. First of all, we are going to discuss about when the two integers have the same sign. We are going to add the numbers and take the sign which is there. Say for example, plus 3 and plus 7. We are going to add the number which gives you 10 and take the sign, that is the positive sign. Equivalently, minus 3 and minus 4. We are going, both of them are having the same sign. We are going to add the number and take the negative sign. In this way, the addition is being followed when the sign are same for the integers. Now we are going to study about different integers having the different signs. We are going to subtract and take the sign for the largest absolute value. Say for example, we have minus 5 and 9 as two integers. We are going to subtract and take the sign of the largest absolute value, that is 9, which means plus 4 is the answer. Next, we are going to discuss about the rules for subtraction. For the subtraction, we are going to change the sign on the integer that is to be subtracted, and then the addition rules are to be followed. We are going to discuss this with the help of an example. Say for example, two integers 14 and minus 6. Minus 6 is to be subtracted from 14. I have just now told that we are going to change the sign of the integer that is to be subtracted. It means the sign of minus 6 will be changed and it will become plus 6. Now the rule is what? For addition, which means 20 is the answer. In this way, we are going to follow the rule for the subtraction in case of integers. Now we are going to discuss about the rules for multiplication and division. When the two integers have same sign. Either it is positive or negative. The answer will remain positive. And when the two integers have different signs, the answer will always be negative. Either plus or minus or minus or plus. The answer will remain always negative. The next topic is properties of integers. As we have discussed about the rules of the integers in case of addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Similarly, for the properties also we are going to discuss in case of addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. First of all, I am going to discuss about the properties of integers in case of addition. The very first property is closure property. According to this property, if I am going to add two integers, the resultant will always be an integer, which says a plus b is always be an integer. For example, if I am going to add two integers, 5 plus 4 gives you 9, which is an integer. Next we have commutative property. This property says that a plus b is equals to b plus a. Say for example, 2 plus 3 is equals to 5. Now 3 plus 2 is also equals to 5, which means a plus b is equals to b plus a. Next we have associative property. According to this property, a plus b plus c is equals to a plus b plus c. Let us take the three integers. A is equals to 2, b is equals to minus 4 and c is equals to 6. A plus b plus c. 2 plus minus 4 plus 2. 2 plus, this will give you 2. 2 plus 2 is equals to 4. Similarly, a plus b plus c. Minus 4 plus 6. Minus 2 plus 6, which is equals to 4. Just see, associative property says that a plus b plus c is equals to a plus b plus c. This is verified when we are going to prove both the sides, left hand side and right hand side, equal. Next we have the additive identity. 0 is known as the additive identity, which means if I am going to add 0 to any integer, the resultant will always remain the integer itself. Taking an example, minus 6 plus 0 will give you an integer itself. This is the additive identity property. Next we have additive inverse. It means the inverse of addition. Plus will become minus and minus will become plus. And if I am going to add integer and its additive inverse, the resultant will always be equals to 0. Just see, 5 is there, an integer. Its additive inverse will be minus 5. If I am going to add 5 and its additive inverse, the answer will remain always 0. We are going to start with the properties of integers in case of subtraction. Same closure property, which says if I am going to subtract two integers, the answer will always be an integer. Say for example 2 minus 5, which is to be minus 3. So this is also an integer. Now we are going to discuss about commutative property. Commutative property does not hold good in case of subtraction. According to this property, a minus b is not equals to b minus a. Taking an example, a is equals to 6 and b is equals to 4. A minus b, 6 minus 4 is equals to 2. and b minus a, which means 4 minus 6 is equals to minus 2. 2 and minus 2, both of them are not equal. So, commutative property does not hold good for subtraction. Similar is the case with the associative property. This property also does not hold good in case of subtraction. Say for example, a minus b minus c is not equals to a minus b minus c. Let a is equals to 2, b is equals to 3 and c is equals to 4. A minus b minus c, 2 minus 3 minus 4 minus 1, which is equals to 3. Which is equals to minus 5. 3 and minus 5, both of them are not equal. This implies that associative property does not hold good for subtraction.